In a mountain village where the snow fell thick and fast, the cold was a bitter enemy. "Oh, it's freezing," people would say. "This cold has broken all records. I just want to stay under my quilt with hot tea all day." But for one family, this wasn't an option. In a dilapidated hut at the edge of the village lived Ramesh, a poor laborer, with his wife Sunita and their 2 little girls, Pooja and Radha. Winter had arrived with a vengeance, but Ramesh had no money for warm clothes or blankets. One night, the wind howled, its icy fingers reaching right into their flimsy home. They had just one thin sheet, which Sunita had carefully tucked around their daughters. Ramesh and Sunita just sat there, shivering in the darkness. "Listen," Sunita whispered, her voice trembling. "If only we had another quilt. The cold is just unbearable. Even some firewood would help, just to take the edge off for the children." Ramesh's heart ached. "Don't say that, Sunita, or I'll lose my courage," he said, trying to sound strong. "Don't worry. I'll go find some wood. We'll get warm." He pulled on his old shoes and stepped into the biting cold. The village streets were deserted. Everyone was safe and warm inside. His hope sank as he knocked on a neighbor's door. "Brother, please, do you have any spare wood? My children are suffering." The door opened a crack. "I have nothing to spare," the neighbor said curtly. "Go beg somewhere else." The door slammed shut. Dejected, Ramesh wandered the empty streets. Just as he was about to give up, he spotted a pile of old cardboard sheets outside a closed shop. It wasn't much, but it was something. "This will have to do," he thought, gathering them up. Back at the hut, he lit a small fire. A gentle warmth began to fill the small space. "Wow," Sunita said, a small smile on her face. "This feels so much better. The terrible headache from the cold is finally easing." Ramesh managed a weak smile. The warmth was a small victory, but it wouldn't last the night. The next morning, the bitter cold had shut down all work. Ramesh searched all day but returned home empty-handed and exhausted. Sunita's worried face told him everything. They had only a little flour left. She made 3 small rotis for 4 people. "There are 4 of us, but only 3 rotis," she said, her voice heavy with sorrow. "The children can't go to sleep hungry." She looked at Ramesh, her eyes full of a mother's sacrifice. "You and the children eat. I'll be fine. A mother's happiness is seeing her children fed. I'll just drink some water." That night, the cold was even more relentless. Little Pooja was shivering uncontrollably. Helplessness washed over Ramesh. Then he remembered a wealthy man in a nearby colony who sometimes gave away old things. The next morning, swallowing his pride, he walked to the man's house. "Sir," he began, his voice shaky, "my family is freezing. We only have one thin sheet for our children. If you have an old quilt or even a blanket, it would be a lifesaver." The rich man looked at Ramesh with pity. "The cold is indeed harsh this year. Wait here." He returned with a thick old sweater and a quilt. It wasn't new, but to Ramesh it was a treasure. Tears streamed down his face as he thanked the man and rushed home. Seeing her daughters finally warm and comfortable under the quilt, Sunita's heart filled with relief. But Ramesh knew this was only a temporary fix. He needed work. That evening, as he searched again, he met a kind shopkeeper, Sharmaji. "What's wrong, Ramesh? You look so troubled," Sharmaji asked. Ramesh poured out his story, the lack of work, the cold, the hunger. Sharmaji listened patiently. "Look, Ramesh," he said, "I need some help at my shop. The work is hard, but I can pay you daily and give you food. It will at least keep your family from going hungry." A ray of hope pierced through Ramesh's despair. "Sir, I'll do any work you ask. Thank you, thank you." For the first time in a long time, Ramesh went home not with dread, but with a promise for a better tomorrow. Days turned into weeks. With a steady income, life slowly improved. One day, Ramesh saw another poor man shivering on the street. Without a second thought, he took off the sweater the rich man had given him and handed it to the stranger. Sunita saw this and smiled. "We have so little," she said, "but you still find it in your heart to give. That is our true wealth." With his savings, Ramesh began to repair their hut using wood and tin sheets to make it stronger and warmer. Seeing his hard work, some of his neighbors, perhaps shamed by their earlier refusal, came to help. Soon their small broken shack was transformed into a sturdy little home, a warm haven against the winter winds. Ramesh's story teaches us a powerful lesson, that no matter how dark the night, courage and hope can light the way. By sticking together and never giving up, we can overcome any hardship. If this story of resilience and family love touched your heart, Please show your support by hitting that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching.